hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Alright guys, we're in Hartford, Connecticut right now.
Yes,
You actually just played the Ozfest second stage about an hour ago. You're a Texas fan. How do you guys feel about the East Coast?
Love the East Coast. I love playing music anywhere where people want to listen to music, and even places where they don't listen to music. I'm still going to play it anyway. Love the East Coast. It's good.
Now, Texas, of course, has some real some real rock history. It's got ZZ Top, it's got Pantera. You guys actually covered Cowboys from Hell today.
Yeah, it was fun.
What made you decide that that song had to be played?
It's something that we just pull out every now and then for fun. And we did a show the night before the first Ozfest. We did a couple shows leading up to it. And we pulled it out, and everybody just went apeshit. So I was like, yeah, why don't we pull it out on Ozfest and see what happens. So we pulled it out. Actually, I think we pulled it out the second day. We didn't have it on the first day. And, you know, it was just Dimebag's birthday yesterday as well. So, yeah, we've been pulling it out. It's fun, man.
It's a great reaction, right?
It's an awesome reaction, you know. You see, I mean, you always see people walking around with the Dimebag shirts and the Pantera shirts. So yeah, it's fun to see their reaction too. You see the kid with the Pantera shirt, you know the song's coming up. You know he's gonna light up when he hears Cowboys.
This year, Ozfest is shortened. It's only 6 dates.
That's terrible.
When you guys got the call, was there even any hesitation, or you're like, we're on board?
No, man, we went, you know.
Had to check our schedule.
Yeah, I don't know. It's awesome. It's kind of busy right now. We kind of fit it in there.
Wedge it in somewhere.
Yeah, this is an honor to get to do this, man. It's awesome. This is
There's such a history with Dragon. Not sure it's really good. Not sure if they can have Ozfest without Dragon.
I think we need to be a stable, kind of like Avery was, or Jamie Johnson. If it's not Avery, Jamie's going to be on it.
I remember seeing you guys at Ozfest 2001. That very first time when Bodies was just out and the biggest thing in the world. And you guys, I think, headlined the second stage that time, right?
You know, we started out, we went on first on the third stage, and then by the end of the tour, the song had just climbed the charts, and it was just everywhere. Just, I mean, 2 weeks later, it was just everywhere, from wrestling, MTV, when they used to play rock videos. It was like the clip of the video month or whatever, and then
Way back.
went back in the day. So yeah, it was everywhere. And then Sharon kind of moved us up in the spot, and then by the end of the run, we were going on right before Mudvayne was headlining the second stage.
Yeah, it's sad. There's like generations of kids that don't even realize that the MTV section played music videos.
And think about that. Kids nowadays have no idea.
That's not.
So you guys finished playing your set about an hour ago, and we're doing some press now. But it's 6 o'clock right now. What do you do for the rest of the night?
We're gonna go do a signing and hang out with the fans, and then I'm gonna go watch Motley Crue and Halford.
I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm
probably gonna
play Madden for the rest of the night. Probably. You know.
A lot of video games?
Big night.
Big night in the bunk there with the
Bed Bath Beyond, the little Home Depot. That'll be done.
It's enough time. No, I can't. I go watch all the other bands, dude.
Every night?
Yeah, every night. And it's just awesome. You know, I mean, I love playing music, and it's awesome we get to play our set. But it's even cooler to be on the tour. To get, you know, you just get to watch everybody play everything. It's like being at a free concert.
You hate it?
Yeah, I hate music. I don't like watching other things.
The forever sarcasm. Forever.
People have been wondering, because this lineup's got, the main stage is Devil Driver, Nonpoint, Halford, and then Motley Crue kind of got lumped in with everyone else. And they're not really the same style of music.
Don't think so?
They're more glam metal than Ozzy.
I think where it fits is that so many of these bands, like the bands that you mentioned, we grew up on them. You know, I mean, that was a part of our evolution. I mean, so many of the bands. I mean, we're playing with bands on second stage that aren't necessarily something that I would go and listen to on my free time, because it's something that I didn't grow up with. It's more of what's going on. You know, it's a new era of music in my world of being around music. But yet these guys come up and they're fans of ours because 10 years ago they were listening to us, as they were coming up through. And Motley Crue is that band. So many of the bands you just mentioned. I mean, they have a significant niche in why we do what we do.
Let the bodies hit the floor. 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 Let the bodies hit the floor.
When you're playing these big festivals here, you got 5, maybe 10,000 kids out there. You also play small club shows. I remember seeing you at the Highline Ballroom in Manhattan, I think 2007. I saw you at the Crazy Donkey back in May with Non-Points. For you guys, what's the difference between the crowds and the vibe and the overall
I like
show?
them both, really. I mean,
Absolutely. As a singer, as a person, kind of my sole job up there, other than trying to remember the lyrics, is just trying to keep the crowd, trying to deal with the bands. And they both have there's such a significant difference between the two, between a small club and an arena or amphitheater show.
How so?
But, just the size. But yet they both have their positives. I mean, here, there's nothing like having thousands of people, screaming your lyrics back, or just watching them go off and having a good time. That's such an adrenaline rush. But there's also an adrenaline rush with a smaller venue and being able to be a little more intimate, being a little more face-to-face, being able to reach out. Like here, I'm not allowed to jump off the stage. It's one of the rules that they starred on our
see,
wall.
here we can't start a ride or anything, but see, at the small club, we can get a ride.
Yeah, we can get a ride going. So, I mean, there's a significant difference between the two, but they're both good. I mean, I love being able to jump down, just like last night, jump down in the crowd and get into the mosh pit with the microphone and sing with them and just have a good time. And then here, you got the big crowd. You get that whole adrenaline thing of having those thousands of people screaming back at you. So they're both really cool. It's nice to have that mixture, too, where we're able to do this, and tomorrow we may do...
Yeah, I like how it's different.
Well, that Crazy Donkey show was actually kind of stuck in my mind because I was backstage interviewing Blackwater Rising, one of the opening acts that night, and that was the day that, it was May 24th, which is the day that Paul Gray was found dead.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys have obviously dealt with similar tragedies. Would you have any advice for the guys in Slipknot trying to deal with the death of one of their members?
Yeah, I mean, dude, the hardest thing ever is dealing with the death of any family, whether it be your mother, your father, or your brother, or a band member. I mean, it's definitely probably the hardest thing you have to deal with in life. And, with this situation with Dave, I mean, he was such a lover of music, and, I know he would want to keep going on. I would want them to keep going on. So Slipknot's definitely an amazing band, and he was definitely, a crucial part of that unit. So I would hope that they would go on, keep Paul Gray's memory alive. So, but yeah, you just take it day by day, one day at a time.
Yeah, I don't think words can... I don't think there's anything you can say other than just... Sorry,
Well,
keep going.
well, was there any doubt that you guys were going to continue on?
It's never doubt. We just, we love music. Me and Mike and Steve have been friends since high school, and we always wanted to play music together. It was just like, what do we do now? Like, how do we regroup, and how do we keep it going? But
So I've been listening to the new record, self-titled Drowning Pool. I've always wondered, what makes a band decide to self-title a record?
Everybody has a great idea for a title, but nobody can agree.
we had more working titles for this record than we've ever had before. But it was finally we have solid ground. It was our second record with Ryan. We worked really hard on this without any other distractions, and this is exactly what we wanted to sound like. So for us, it's almost kind of like starting from scratch from here on. This is what you can get. I know a lot of bands come out and kind of self-title their first record, and we finally feel like all the crazy stuff we've been going through and the crazy roller coaster ride that, this is the first time we felt like, all right, we're finally a band, no other bullshit going on, and here's the songs that we want to play. This is what we want to sound like. So it's kind of like the first record.
It's weird, 'cause, I'll always be the new guy. 10 years from now, I'm going to be the new guy.
Yeah, you'll be a new guy
But,
20 years from now.
Yeah, but I'm also like the longest tenured singer in the band. So it just, I think something about just the self-title, just, you know, this is what Drowning Pool is now.
I'm gonna turn
And
this up.
self-titled is a lot shorter than this is what Drowning Pool is now. At this stage.
Instead of saying all that, you just go, Drowning Pool.
Now,
Well, a lot of people think that we're the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor band. We actually thought about it. If we were going to change the name, it would have been Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
listening to this album and the last record compared to the first one, which The Sinner is one of my favorite all-time records. Obviously, Ryan, your lyrics are very different from Dave's. Dave's maybe a little angry, a little more vicious about religion and topics like that. Ryan, where does your inspiration come from for lyrics?
It's just live. I mean, this album in particular, I mean, you got everything. I love some of those bands that are able to take topics and write about them lyrically, but I've just never been able to do that. Maybe it's because I'm uneducated or something. I don't read or whatever it may be, but just pull from experience. And I mean, that's the stuff that I liked when I was growing up. The first band that, you know, I grew up around music with my dad and my brother always playing it around the house. But the first band that I gravitated towards, that I grabbed hold of, was like, that's my band, was Alice in Chains. And they were one of those bands that Lane and Jerry may have been singing about a stop sign that they saw one time, but whatever I was going through in my life, I felt like I could relate to that. And so I've always tried to lyrically write about something that I've experienced, but at the same time try to make it vague enough that people can relate just to the feeling involved, not necessarily what's actually happening. And with this album, you got everything from, you know, the beginning of the recording process, beginning of the writing process. I was going through a divorce, and then dealing with something that has been an ongoing problem, such as alcoholism and just life in general. But that's all wrapped up in this record. And then passing of my father during the recording process, and that's all wrapped up in this thing. It's definitely a piece of work.
Do you guys have any favorite songs on the record? Any particular?
It's tough. I really like all these songs. I mean, I'm really happy we spent a lot of time on each one, especially in pre-pro. I mean, we spent, you know, literally 15-hour days, and like on one song, let's play it backwards, forwards, faster, slower, just really tear it down and rebuild it. And I don't know. I mean, Regret's fun to play. It's a jamming song. Alcohol Blonde's one of my favorites, but I do like them all.
I'd say favorites, More Than Worthless would be my favorite.
Turns so cold like our bus right now. We didn't have any AC for 3 days, and we finally got it fixed, and now it's like an icebox in here.
They've all, it's hard to pick them. They all come from a different, I can hear each one and remember exactly where it came from and the emotions involved in it. So they've all definitely got they're all a piece of us. Every song's got, somebody's emotions, everybody's emotions involved in it, whether it's the drums, what Mike was going through at the time, dealing with or whatever, it felt like that day, everybody's got a little piece of themselves in each song, so it's hard to pick a favorite.
Which one's your favorite?
On the new record? I don't know, what's the name of it? The one, Down to One Last Cigarette? What's the name of that song? One of the Worthless. Yeah, that's one that gets me every listen to the record. Every time it just, I'm driving home from work and I always hear that one. And I'm always down to one last cigarette.
What's your next steps?